You know, after more than 30 years as a gut doctor, I've realized something fascinating. Sometimes it's not what you eat that makes you uncomfortable, it's how you prepare it. And chia seeds are a perfect example. A lot of people think you can just toss a spoonful of chia seeds into a glass of cold water, wait a few minutes, and drink. Sounds easy, right? But in reality, it's kind of like throwing a handful of ice cubes into a pot of soup and expecting it to cook. Cold water makes chia seeds swell much more slowly, and it doesn't activate their enzymes properly. So when you swallow them half hydrated, they keep pulling water from your gut, leading to bloating, indigestion, and that heavy, sluggish feeling all afternoon. I remember one patient, she was in her 50s, who came to me complaining about constant bloating after her morning chia water. She thought she was doing something great for her health, but really she was just making herself miserable. When I suggested she switch to warm water instead, the difference was night and day. She came back smiling and said, "Doctor, my stomach feels like it's been set free." So if you've ever wondered why you're eating healthy but still feel uncomfortable, take a closer look at how you prepare things. Because sometimes good health isn't about what you eat, it's about the care you put into how you do it. Have you ever thought, if one spoonful of chia is good, then half a cup must be 10 times better? I can't tell you how many patients have told me the same thing, only to end up back in my office, clutching their stomachs and looking like they just swallowed a bag of cement. Chia seeds are packed with fiber, and yes, fiber is fantastic for digestion. But like anything in life, too much of a good thing quickly turns into a burden. Dump in too much fiber at once, and your colon can't keep up. Instead of feeling light and clean, you'll spark a full-on rebellion in your gut. Diarrhea, bloating, cramps. I jokingly call it gut cement, sticky, heavy, and miserable. I remember one gentleman in his mid-50s who read online that drinking half a cup of chia every morning would make him 10 years younger. The result? He ended up spending more time in the bathroom than on his morning workout. He laughed and told me, "Doc, I don't feel younger. I just lost half my day sitting in there." So here's what I want you to remember. One spoonful is plenty to keep you healthy. Half a cup will only make you suffer. Health isn't about the more, the better. It's about finding the right amount your body truly needs. That's the real art of staying well after 50. I want you to picture this. You toss a handful of chia seeds into a glass of water, wait just a few minutes, and then gulp it down. Seems simple, right? But what you've really sent into your stomach is an army of dry little sponges. Those seeds keep expanding inside your gut, pulling water out of your intestines. The result? You feel thirsty, bloated, and in some cases, if you overdo it, even risk a blockage. One of my patients, a woman in her early 50s, told me she often quick-soaked her chia for just 3 or 4 minutes in the morning before rushing off to work. The whole day she felt uncomfortable, her belly puffed up like a balloon. It wasn't until I explained and asked her to soak for at least 15 minutes that she realized the problem wasn't the chia itself. It was her hurry. But here's the flip side. Soaking too long isn't good either. I once experimented by leaving chia in the fridge for over a day. When I opened the jar, a sour, fermented smell hit me, like spoiled jelly. Eat that, and you'll likely end up bloated and miserable. The lesson? Life is a lot like chia seeds. Too little time and nothing has soaked in, too much, and it spoils. The sweet spot lies in balance. With chia, 15 to 30 minutes of soaking is just right, enough for them to soften, digest easily, and deliver their full benefits. So next time you prep your chia, don't rush. And don't forget it either. Balance is the key, not just in eating, but in living well after 50. One time I asked a patient, "So, what do you soak your chia seeds in?" She smiled proudly and said, "Orange juice, doctor. Extra vitamin C and it tastes great. Sounds reasonable, right? But in reality, it's kind of like sprinkling sugar on top of your vitamins and calling it healthy. Store-bought orange juice is loaded with sugar. And when you mix chia seeds into it, instead of steadying your blood sugar, you're sending your body on a roller coaster ride of glucose. And let me tell you, once you're over 50, with a tired heart and an aging pancreas, that roller coaster is not a fun ride. Some people prefer milk. Keeps me full, they say. But here's what most don't realize. The calcium in milk can actually lock up certain minerals, like iron, making them harder for your body to absorb. So while you think you're adding nutrition, you might actually be robbing yourself of some. The truth is simple and easy to miss. Chia seeds really shine when soaked in warm water, unsweetened coconut water, Eder, plain almond milk, or even an herbal tea. And if you want a little magic trick, squeeze in a few drops of lemon juice. The vitamin C helps your body absorb iron much more effectively. So remember this, not every liquid belongs with chia seeds. Just like in life, not every relationship helps you grow. Some people lift you up, others only drag you down. When you choose the right environment, chia seeds can finally give you exactly what your body needs. I know, rinsing chia seeds before soaking them sounds a little fussy, doesn't it? Plenty of people tell me, "Doc, I buy the best organic chia seeds out there, why would I need to rinse them?" But here's the truth. Even the cleanest chia seeds still contain a natural compound called phytic acid. Sounds harmless, but phytic acid works like a tiny lock. It binds up valuable minerals your body desperately needs, especially zinc and magnesium. And let me tell you, in my clinic, most people over 50 are low on both. Then they ask me, why do I still feel tired? Why is my sleep shallow? Why are my bones and joints weaker even though I eat healthy? Well, part of the answer is right there. I remember a gentleman in his 60s who ate chia faithfully every day, yet his mineral levels on blood work were still low. I asked him, "Do you rinse the seeds first?" He looked at me wide-eyed. "Rinse them. I eat them raw, doc." Once he made one small change, just a quick 20 to 30-second rinse under warm water with a fine strainer. His mineral numbers improved noticeably after a few months. So don't underestimate this little step. It's just like life. Sometimes it's the invisible dust we ignore that slowly wears us down over time. One small action today can make a huge difference in the health you'll enjoy in the years ahead. There's one thing I always remind my patients over 50. Chia seeds may be tiny, but they're not as harmless as many people think, especially if you're on medication. You see, chia seeds are rich in omega-3s. That's wonderful for heart health, reducing inflammation and supporting brain function. But for some people, particularly those taking blood thinners like warfarin or even daily aspirin, omega-3s can be like adding fuel to the fire. They can increase the risk of bleeding, easy bruising, and slow healing wounds. I remember one patient, a woman in her mid-60s, who was on daily aspirin for her heart. She was very diligent about eating chia seeds every morning, believing the more omega-3, the better. But she came to me with mysterious bruises all over her arms. After reviewing her habits, it became clear. The combination of her medication and the large amounts of chia she was eating had raised her risk. We didn't cut chia out completely, but we adjusted her intake and found a safer balance. The takeaway is this: never overlook the interactions between food and medicine. Even something as natural as chia can backfire if it's combined the wrong way. If you're on medication, talk to your doctor before making chia a daily habit, because in the end, good health isn't about the more the better. It's about eating smart and combining things wisely. I know a lot of people love convenience. I just make a giant jar of chia pudding and keep it in the fridge all week. Easy, right? Sounds good in theory, but in reality, you've just turned a nutritious pudding into a party for mold. And it doesn't stop there. Many people store it in plastic containers. The problem is, when plastic sits in liquid for days, especially if it's warm, it can release tiny fragments called microplastics, which means you're not just eating chia seeds, you're also getting a side of plastic in your diet. And trust me, after 30 years as a digestive health doctor, I've never seen a patient who needed more plastic in their gut. I once had a patient in his 50s bring me a jar of chia pudding that had been sitting in his fridge for 6 days. He asked, "Doctor, why does it smell funny?" I couldn't help but laugh and tell him, "Because this isn't pudding anymore. It's a homegrown microbiology experiment. The right way is simple. Use a glass jar with a tight lid. Make sure good enough for 1 or 2 servings, and don't keep it longer than 3 days. That way it's fresh, clean, and your body actually absorbs the full benefit without the risks." Health, like life, often tricks us into thinking, make more, keep longer, is the smart move. But real wisdom, lies in knowing what's enough. Preparing just what you need for today, that's the most sustainable way to care for yourself. If you found these insights helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss the next health tip. And if you have friends or family over 50, share this video with them. Sometimes, just one small change in a daily habit can prevent big problems down the road. Remember, health isn't just personal, it's something we build together. Let's spread the word so more people can enjoy lighter digestion, stronger bodies, and the energy to truly enjoy life every single day.